So my initial impression on the Babyliss Rose FX, and we are going to show you how to zero gap the trimmers. I'm going to tell you some things that I like about them in my first impressions, and I'm going to tell you some things that I don't. So first thing, let's just start out with the chargers. Okay, there's two chargers. They look exactly the same. The only difference is one says Babyliss Pro and the other one says Babyliss. I went through all the stuff on the chargers, and one has an output of 1000 milliamps and the other one is 1200 milliamps, which tells me that there's a pretty good chance that if you mix these up, you're probably going to damage your machine. So of course they'll both probably fit, but thankfully I made that video yesterday and I was able to go back and see which one went to what. So I'm just going to tell you right now for everybody, the one that says Babyliss Pro, that one goes with the clipper, okay? And the one that says Babyliss, only Babyliss, on the back right here is what I'm talking about. That one goes with the trimmer. So I will probably put a piece of tape on one of them or something towards the end here so that I don't mix this up on my station. But I think that was pretty stupid. I mean, come on, Babyliss, what were you thinking? Obviously, you were probably not concerned about it, or you wanted people to damage their machine so they have to buy another one. That's my opinion on it. But that's where the negative stops, because I haven't really used them much yet, so I want to hold that negative commentary off a little bit. I'm going to give them a chance. Those of you who know me know that I hate Babyliss. I really do. I've had no luck with them. But anyways, let's go forward on the things that I do like about this. So far, one of my favorite things about this is the case. I've already found it incredibly useful to put a whole bunch of stuff in, and they're rock solid. I can see myself using this case for probably ever. So it will be sticking around and I won't be just throwing it out like other cases. Now, let's get down to business with the trimmer. With the trimmer, I haven't even opened it yet, and I figured I'd do it with you guys. They have a blade setter in here. So when I open this up here, that's kind of cool. I would probably keep this, especially if they're you know, you're gonna be porting them around. Okay. Yeah, I would probably keep this. Especially, this is on there pretty tight. This is actually pretty nice the way they did this. Like, if you're gonna be toting these around, and especially the fact that they're portable, keep this little plastic clip. It's gonna protect your blades. I don't know how much these blades are gonna cost to replace, but when it comes to Babyliss, the blades are not cheap. So I'll be keeping this. Now the second thing that this came with is this little blade setter. And inside of the little blade setter, it looks like I got a little tool there. And it appears to be the Allen key? No, it's a smaller Allen key, so that must be for the inside. And they didn't include the Allen key that I need to take off the blade, which I already know is a 2.5 millimeter because I went to my garage, and 2.5 millimeter is going to get this off on the bottom here. So let's take this off and let's see what this is all about. I like how they did put the Allen key instead of the screwdriver. I wish they would have used Torx, because Torx are a lot better. They don't strip as easy and they'll last forever. I might even replace them with Torx. I can feel there's an immense amount of pressure from the spring when I'm taking these out. It's lifting up on me, which is cool. That tells me we're getting a lot of pressure and tension. Okay, so I got that out, and it looks like the spring and everything just sort of falls apart when you take it apart. But look, the spring just sort of popped off. It looks like it sits right there. I'll figure that out when I put that back together. Okay, and just like the Andis, it has this little plastic piece that seats inside of this little channel. Looks like there's a lot of gunk on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit. Now you can see the actual set. It's way back. All right. So I just need to loosen these two screws up, which are also Allen keys. And I need to slide that forward just a little bit. There's a little plastic piece on the back. You want that to be able to move. One side says 0 gap, and the other side says regular. Alright, so I'm just going to drop it into the side that says 0 gap. I'm just going to push up on it so it's up against it and tighten it back down. Alright, I got to give it to him. That's a pretty good set, and it was pretty easy to do. So this blade setter's cool. That's made it pretty easy. I think anybody who with no experience could probably set that okay. So I'm gonna just figure out how to put this spring back in there. And like I said, this is the first time I've ever taken them apart, so it's not like I have any advantage here, and I'm not like the foremost authority on these. So I mean, these are new to me too. But it looks like it just sits in here like this. Okay, there's two little holes on both sides, and this little clip is going to click into each one of those. Then there's a little seat here for this to push into. And it looks like I'm going to get my tension back if I hold it into place. Okay, looks like you put the spring in there and it seats down like that, so it's sort of sticking up like this, and then you get these two holes lined up with each other, and as you can see, there's going to be an incredible amount of tension on this. Got those in there, and of course it pops out. This is a fucking nightmare. It really is. Alright, don't feel too tight. It's not hurting at all. It's cutting, so whatever. So let me tell you, 0 gap in those sucked. I hope I don't ever have to take that damn blade off again. They could have made that a lot easier, but they didn't. But it's got a lot of tension. Hopefully it cuts good. Hopefully it cuts good, but it sure don't seem like it's cutting that great on my arm. So I'll probably be disappointed again by Babyliss. But anyways, let's get into the clipper. Alright, so far I like what they did. You don't have to turn it on from the bottom anymore, and if you want to hang it from your station, you can. They got this right here. But if, you know, before when you had to reach back down and turn it on, that was kind of a pain. It'll be nice to have it up here at the thumb where I could just turn it on and then turn it off. The lever feels good. It's got little notches here. I think that'll probably be good for some beginners. They could just move it one notch at a time. And maybe some old hands. I don't really pay attention to that too much, but you know, I kind of look at the hair and that sort of tells me what I need, but that could be helpful. And the color is just beautiful. So I'm just I'm gonna try it with the Babyliss blade before I switch it to the wall blade. But before I do that, I just want to open this up and let's see what they got going on in here. What do you know? More of the same spring. And once again, it looks like you're gonna have to break it to fit your wall blade on there. Unless you just use the Babyliss cutting blade with the wall comb blade. I'll probably try that. That might be better because I really don't want to break these. These are like brand new. But I'll show you what to do if you do want to break them. These two little tabs on each side where there's a little circle, you're going to see that the plastic piece comes right there. You just got to cut that. Because for it to fit the wall, all you need it to do is slide over that. So I just wanted to see what they had going on in here. They have a lot of tension, and it looks like they actually mounted the spring a lot better in this one. I could see down in here really well. It's mounted down in there a lot better than it is in the trimmer. The trimmers just fly apart when you open them, but it looks like this will probably just hold up pretty good. And this is going to put a lot of tension on your cutting blade. So it's not going to be an adjustable amount of tension or anything like that, but I guess if tension ever became an issue, you could just get a new spring. And that would probably be a nightmare to put back in. But so as of right now, I'm just going to put the Babyliss blade back on it. I want to see how close I can get it. I'll just zero gap it real quick till I got it in line with the comb blade. And I'm just going to set it a tiny bit back. So it's just going to be a case of you moving it around a little bit. Loosen it up so that you can move it a little bit. And we'll just set it all the way back. We'll give this a try with the Babyliss blades. I have a feeling I'll be putting the wall blade back on it. Or like I did with the previous model, I put the wall blade on it. So we'll see how it goes in the next video. So if you learned anything or if this video helps you, please give it a thumbs up. It's really helping me rise in the search results a little bit. So if this is something that you guys are liking and you want to see more of it, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, just go ahead and subscribe. I'm making new videos like this all the time. And I appreciate those of you who did and who watch. I really thank you. So until I see you in my next video, I'm out of here.